They made their money. They sold marijuana. They sent it in from Jamaica, brought it to New York, and that's how they made their money. The Rastamen. They were real Rastamen. They was not into no LGBTQ at all.
They're not. We are not convinced.
They was
to be homosexual.
Yeah, no.
They really Rasta.
That's unheard of. If anything, they may have had 2 or 3 women running around, 2 or 3 baby mamas. That's possible, but homosexuality, nah. Mm-mm. And they were against Babylon. That's where we learned the word Babylon. Growing up in Brooklyn, we didn't know what the hell. We didn't know what Babylon meant. They had read the Bible and seen in there that Babylon was a bad city in the Bible.
Yeah,
but
Babylon system.
Right, the Babylon system. But that's how we learned about Babylon. Most of us from New York City, that were young people. We learned it from the Rastafari Community. Yes, they the ones use Babylon. No man, we don't agree with Babylon. This is how they were.
Yeah.
So Babylon includes, the white man's homosexuality. The Rastafarian, the real Rastafarians, they were against that. They were against Babylon.
They don't agree.
No, absolutely not. The new Rastafarians of the 2020s, I don't know who they are.
The new Babylon, the new Rastaman is homosexual.
Okay, because
They don't have Rastafari, you can see, because Rastafari you can see that, like,
yeah.
Rastafari you can see Rasta, they don't grow Rasta like all of hair.
Mm-hmm.
The homosexual, they
Cutting, that's
they
true.
cutting.
Yes, that's a good point.
Yes.
They don't believe in cutting.
Yeah, if we see Rasta all of hair in
Yes, it's true.
like in New York, a lot of people they make hair like
Designs,
afro.
afro.
Yeah, afro. They don't cut it.
Yeah.
The really Americans, they don't cut it hair like here.
Mm-hmm.
Here, that's the sign for homosexual.
Yeah, true.
Mm.
That's a fact. You would never see no Rastafarian back in Brooklyn back in the day with their head shaved on one. Oh God, no. Mm-mm. That was a defilement. That was like that. The Rastas came to New York, came to Brooklyn, and they brought their marijuana. That was back in the day when the white man said it was illegal to use or sell marijuana. Okay, this shows you just how whenever they get ready to change the rules, they can, to fit their fancy, see, or their agenda. But back then, many men, black men, went down for selling marijuana or possession of marijuana. Truth be told, I said all of this on my previous YouTube channel that they took down illegally. On YouTube, I'm not trying to sound mean-spirited about it, but I really think that you all should respond to my service tickets that I sent, requesting a hearing or whatever you call that, to reinstate my YouTube channel, because I don't believe, based off of my information and research, your decisions were warranted. Okay? My account was hacked. This is what I believe. There's more to the story. So if you give me an opportunity, I will share that. But back to the Rastafarians, many of them went to jail or died in blood wars over, marijuana and moving marijuana around to enhance their livelihood and to have a life, okay, in America. So they were, you have to think about the dynamics of the Rastafari community back then in the 70s in New York City. Okay, so first of all, they were hugely, hugely discriminated against because they had dreads. Okay, this is straight off the cuff. They were not accepted anywhere, okay, because they had their hair locked. So, okay, now they get to America seeking a better life, but there are no jobs for them because they have a spirituality that they believe in their hair being locked and not chopped off by no doggone barber. And do you understand? So they had a lot of challenges. So what was the one thing that their go to so that they could feed themselves and their family? Well, guess what? It was marijuana. So they sold marijuana and distributed to many others to sell it or whatever. Now, fast forward 40 years later, okay, 50 years later, now marijuana is legal in certain parts of America, if not all. I don't know, or I don't keep up on top of every single detail. It's impossible. It's too much going on out here. Too many remixes happening. So I find it hard to keep up. But anyway, so today it's legal and you can get a license if you're quicker to get one if you're not a black man or woman, not a black woman or not a black man, and you can sell marijuana right there in the city of New York. But back then in those days, you go down, okay? Black Hawk down, okay? You sell some damn marijuana and you get caught selling it, your ass is going to jail, going down for the count. So that's the way it was back then, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, in the city of New York and probably around America for Rastafarian people. They were totally against the Babylon system. I don't remember ever meeting one that was a homosexual. Never. I'm just being very honest and keeping it a buck 50. Keeping it a buck 50. Okay? I don't remember one. So, and yeah, so that's the way that went. Just saying. As a matter of fact, go ask any of the OG Rastafaris, men, what did they refer to men who were acting unnatural or outside of their way in which they were born on the earth? The only way that any African ever knew, which was to mate with opposites, okay, opposite sex. What did the Rastafarians or the people from the Caribbean call men who behave like that? Go ask any of the OGs what they called them. I'm going to give you all a clue. It starts with a B. Okay, time's up. They called them Bati boys, Batiman. Okay? Go ask them and they'll tell you. See? I don't have to make anything up. The truth shall set the world free. The truth shall set the world free. That is what they called them. Go ask the OGs and they will tell you. Facts. They believed in their hair being locked. They do not believe in combing their hair. They did not believe in combing their hair. They definitely did not believe in going to no doggone barber to chop off their hair. See, they were very sacred about hair. Okay, and it has a lot of spiritual or Christian or maybe Nyabingi overlays to the connection with their hair and their strength and power. So yeah, they didn't believe in combing or cutting, and for that they were ostracized and they suffered for a very long time. It wasn't until recently that dreadlocks was accepted, period, in America. If you went to any of the white man's jobs with that stuff in your head, you can best believe, rest assured, you ain't got to worry about getting no return damn call, because you ain't gonna get one. See, just on the strength of you got that, your hair's nappy. You can be happy nappy, but you're not gonna be happy nappy up in here. See, that's the way it was. These are facts. I don't care how many degrees you got behind your name, how many letters behind your name, your credentials, who you work with and for, how long, how many floors you scrubbed, how many baby diapers you changed, okay, how many mechanic shops that you worked for on the side and learned your skills and trade by watching someone teach you hands on. They didn't care about that. You walked up into their workplace, okay, and another person who didn't have dreadlocks came in there, especially if they were not a black man or a black woman, and they could have less skills and experience than you. Just because you had dreadlocks in your hair was the reason for the season that you was not going to get that job. Period. IT. Okay, thank you. Okay, Asante, Caribou.